Washing my hands with a bodna. We use this for a very different reason in Bangladesh. But here we go. This is Cuisine in Pakistan.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cuisine TV, where we quiz the cuisine. We make our way up to the northwest of Pakistan, deep into the Khyber Pakhtunkwa region for this episode. Formerly known as the Northwest Frontier Province, this vast region of Pakistan is an absolute delight for culinary adventurers. We had the pleasure of heading straight into the capital and largest city in the region, Peshawar. The history of this great city dates back all the way to 539 BC, making it the oldest city in Pakistan and one of the oldest in the subcontinent.
Alright guys, we have just arrived in Peshawar in the northwest of Pakistan. This place is in the Khyber Pakhtunkwa region. It's the biggest city within the region, and it's of course very close to the Afghanistan border. Khyber Pakhtunkwa is split over Afghanistan and Pakistan, and we're right here in the heart of the Pakistani side of it. At least we're only about 40 kilometers away from Afghanistan, from the border, and here you're going to find very similar cultures and foods to the other side. So the first thing we're going to do is try some liver. This is the Peshawari way of having it, and as is very common in their food, the base of it is just tomatoes. It's tomatoes that's processed, smashed up, skin is removed, a little bit of green chili and some ghee, and then they shove in that buffalo liver. So we're super excited to try this. This is the street side opposite the Satar market. We get a little bit of naan and we tuck into this. It's a small portion. We're not going to have too much of it just because we don't want to be written off for the rest of the trip. Here we go. That's super bitter.
Bitter?
Very bitter. Thank you. No. There's a lot of ghee in there. A lot of ghee. It's quite oily, quite fatty, but it's got this weird bitter taste. I don't know if that's the buffalo. I haven't really had too much buffalo in my time, so perhaps there's a little bit of a bitter aftertaste from the buffalo. But I've got to say, quite a nice experience.
Oh yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of liver, unless my dad is making it. So let's try this.
Oh, I like that. Not bad, right?
I'm not a fan of liver, but this does not have any of that liver taste. A lot of people don't like kidney and liver for that. It's kind of got an eggy taste to it, but this doesn't.
Eggy taste?
Yeah, kidney has an eggy taste.
Gamey
taste. That's not that. This is very good. Tomato is obviously the main one. It's got a lot of green chili in it, but it's not that spicy at all, to be honest. And like Mahathir said, a lot of the curries and karais they have just consist of tomato and chili, and that's exactly the same case here. But I've got to say, this is actually very nice. I'm very impressed. I was not impressed by the way he was making it. I was a bit worried, but in terms of taste, lovely.
Washing my hands with a bodna. We use this for a very different reason in Bangladesh. But here we go. Thank you, man. It's beans and liver galore here, ladies and gentlemen. Look, this is where they have perhaps their favourite dish. The Pakhtunwalas love this food. They're all sitting here, it's lunchtime, to get a bit of good grubbing. But we continue our search for some thick clothing, which we'll be able to use in Gilgit, where it's going to be about minus 15 degrees. Alright guys, we're in a super awesome place. This is called Sitar Market in Peshawar, in the northwest of Pakistan. We're only about 35 kilometers away from Afghanistan. It's right near the border. And actually we're in this cool market called Sitar Market, or it's commonly known as Thieves Market. And the reason it's called Thieves Market is because there's a number of NATO military containers that used to pass through this area to get into Afghanistan during the war, during the conflict. And a lot of people used to just rob those containers and take some of the goods out that were meant to go to military personnel. And they literally just sell them. You can also find things like Starbucks coffee here, and you can get it on the cheap. So we've been told here by some of the locals to come here and check this place out, because they've literally got everything you can possibly imagine.
It's not that cheap though, is it?
Right, we have travelled near and far actually. It's been a very long time coming, trying to get to this part of the world, to get to Peshawar. And we've come here for one reason, and one reason only.
You see those stairs? Where do they lead us, mate?
That, my friend, is Baba Wali. Baba Wali. The one and only. I mean, it's not one and only because there's about 4 of them. It's a franchise. There's quite a few of them, but it's a place that we've been wanting to come for some time, and we've heard a lot about it. We've heard some ringing endorsements, and it basically serves up the best Kabuli Pilaw probably in the world. Probably in the world.
I wouldn't be surprised. I've had some very good pilau rices here. So
we have
very good.
Ultra soft meat, ultra buttery rice filled with ghee, and this is basically a taste of Peshawar. This is one of Peshawar's most iconic dishes. And here we are, we're about to try it. We're about to go up the legendary stairs and try Baba Wali Kabuli Pilaw for the first time.
Let's go Peshawar.
Let's go Peshawar. Look at the man do. What's going on, boys? Yeah. There we go. Done. There's actually not much on the menu. It's just a few kebabs, some chicken, some lamb chops, and of course the main dish, which is the Kabuli Pilaw. And here it is. Look at that. This food is super popular. We have this across London now. It's quite popular there. It's this slow cooked long grain rice cooked in a lot of ghee, and it's topped off with sultanas and carrots for that lovely sweet taste, and it's of course cooked with a slow cooked chunk of meat. That meat is just so tender and falls off. We saw them serve it in this massive bowl underground. They cook it for hours and hours, and they just serve it throughout the day, and we are honoured to be here actually, because we've heard a lot about it and we're super excited. So without further ado, I'm going to get a spoon and we're going to tuck in. So let's make sure we get a little bit, just look how soft that meat is. Oh my god, you see that? It's literally like jelly. It comes off the bone like jelly. Let's get a little bit of the meat, a little bit of the rice. Again, this is a very popular style of eating rice in Afghanistan. People know this as Afghan rice, but it's actually a Peshawari, Khyber Pakhtunkwa way of eating rice. Oh my god, that is mind-numbing. That's the best Kabuli Pilaw I've had in my life. Up there is one of my favourite forms of rice, no doubt about it. There's not much spices here, it's super soft, buttery and sweet. I love the little sweet taste that you get. The meat is so soft and delicious. Off the bone, gives it more flavour, more fattiness. This is absolutely delicious. I cannot believe we've made it to Peshawar, we've made it to this part of the world. And honestly, that rice alone justifies making the trek.
So I've been asked on this trip which one I prefer, which rice I prefer, the biryani or the pilau rice. I very confidently answered last night it was a pilau rice, and this is apparently the best form of it. So let's see. I had my eye on this bit of meat whilst it was being served, I'm not gonna lie to you. And let's just tuck in and let you know how it tastes. Oh my god. How does the food here not require any biting? Nothing requires any effort when you're eating it. It's just like soft. Even the rice, like, literally melts in your mouth. Oh, I guess it's all that ghee that they cook it with. And it's just so soft, so tender. That is up there with the biryani we had in Karachi.
No.
In terms of being, in terms of a rice platter, it's actually unbelievable. And the meat, like I said, it just doesn't require any effort. It's just literally a pleasurable experience of food. Look at it, mate. Let me get another bite of this. Oh, the meat! Meat, man. I honestly agree with what you said. It's genuinely a privilege to be here. Actually unbelievable.
After you've tucked into your amazing Kabuli Pilaw, the way of sort of balancing the palate out or relaxing the stomach a little bit is with a little bit of Pakhtun dessert. And guess what? It's custard. I mean, I was not expecting to find custard in Peshawar, I'll tell you that for free. But turns out this is a very traditional way of having dessert after a big meal here. So let's take a spoon. Just a very cute little bowl of custard. It's very, very yellow. It's a lovely color and super thick. Let's go. Ooh, that's delicious. You know, that tastes more like a thick and plump condensed milk. That's more what it tastes like. It's very, very sweet. Not similar actually to the custard we have in the UK or in the West, but nonetheless very, very delicious, and actually quite a nice way of resetting the palate after what is obviously a very heavy, ghee-heavy infused meal, but super, super delicious. Alright guys, I'm super excited for this next one because this is one that's synonymous with Peshawar, synonymous with Peshawari cuisine, and this of course is the amazing Chapli kebab. Chapli kebab is basically a flattened form of beef kebab. It's minced beef mixed in there with tomatoes, some onions, some spices. What makes the Peshawari Chapli kebab ultra special is the integration of nalli or bone marrow within the kebab. So this is a super, super special delicacy here, and it's enjoyed by people all around the country. Where we come today is a place called Jalil Kebab, and this place is on University Road, so it's just close to Peshawar University. So there's no surprise you get a lot of young people here, a lot of students here enjoy this food after some of their studies. So look, we've got a couple here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze a little bit of fresh lime juice all over it. Get a little bit of the juices, and they serve it up with a little bit of bread, of course. So let's go. I want to make sure I get a little bit of bone marrow in my first bite. Oh, already it's super, super soft. There's a little bit of egg in there as well. You can see there's some egg. So there's egg, bone marrow, beef mince, tomato, onions, and some spices. Here we go. That is outrageous. It somehow tastes like cream in your mouth. The consistency is so smooth and soft. It's really weird because it's smooth like cream, but it's also crunchy at the same time. Super, super oily, almost like a meat jam. And that nalli, that bone marrow, adds a whole layer of fat to it, a whole layer of smoothness and creaminess. It's absolutely delicious. You've got to love the way they make this as well. There's this massive sort of frying pan, and it's got a little bit of an arch on it. And then they sort of formulate the patty on the arch and just slide it in with expert skill. So it deep fries, and within a matter of seconds it's ready. This is absolutely delicious. A taste of Peshawar, the finest type of meat that you find. If you're a meat lover, this is elite.
I've never actually been a fan of bone marrow until our trip to what's it called, mate? Qadrinalli biryani. That's the first time I truly enjoyed bone marrow, because I've never really been a fan of the jelly-like texture, but the trip in Karachi changed everything for me. So I've got a bit of bone marrow here, a bit of egg, a bit of tomato as well. I've got to say, with a bit of lime, I'm really looking forward to this. It's delicious. I can't work out the texture, I'll be honest with you. It feels jelly-like. At the same time, it feels crunchy. At the same time, it feels a bit raw. Not raw, you only have a steak, and it's like medium rare. It kind of feels the same, but it's a bit weird when it comes to kebab, I'll be honest with you. But it's delicious. So it's like very flavoursome. Tiny bit spicy as well. But I'll be honest with you, I can't work out the texture. It's absolutely delicious though. And this apparently is one of the best places you can have, so I can never complain.
Jaleel, mate.
Alright guys, that brings us to the end of our food adventure in Peshawar. Join us next time as we move further north of the country to embrace some of the most magnificent landscapes planet Earth has to offer. Join us then.